Hey there, this is Dave Gardner, your Now Lifestyle Master Trainer, and I'm super excited to be getting into the next video with you right now. All right, in this video, we're going to talk about the campaigns list and a little bit about sharing campaigns, depending on if you are in an industry that allows you to do that or if you want to share it with your own teammates. So, when you first join Now Lifestyle in your email autoresponder, you can create campaigns so that you can actually segment your list or maybe even do totally different niches. Let's say you have multiple products and you have a business that deals with health and fitness, for example, then you have a health and fitness list. If you have a marketing list, you might want to separate those and have totally different information that gets shared with those groups. So you want to be able to create different lists for that. So when you first join, of course, you're not going to have anything here, but the details I want to show you here, we can see a series of the campaigns that you've created. You'll be able to see how many subscribers you have, whether people have, and how many have unsubscribed, pending members, which again, I said is based on the idea of whether or not they were possibly single opt-in or double opt-in. We'll learn a little bit about that more in the subscriber videos and with the forms as well, whether it's going to be single opt-in or double opt-in. The type deals with whether or not it's a shared campaign or if it's your own actual campaign that you've personally created. And then finally, the action will allow you to edit. So what I want to do is just flip over to my personal, this is just a training one just to show you what you're going to see when you first join in. But when we flip over to my actual account, we'll get rid of that screen. Flip over to my actual account and we'll see that I have created a few campaigns. So we can see how many subscribers I have, how many people unsubscribed, and I have some pending people. We also see that this is, for example, this is my private campaign. And then down here, there is an adjustment that needs to be made. I believe this should be red according to our chart up here, because this was a campaign that I got from someone else. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's say you're on my team and I have a series of emails that I want to create and share with you. So if we go to the edit function, we can click on this edit function and that will allow us to change and edit the campaign. Now, the reason why we do this is maybe you want to modify where the people opt into. Maybe you want to change the email that they receive from you, like where they would respond back to. And I'll point out about a couple of those things as we continue to go through, and you'll see some of these same ideas in some of the other videos as well. So when we go through and we edit a campaign, again, when you first do this and you create your own campaigns, to add a campaign, we'll get to this more in detail, you're going to get information where I can actually create and change the campaign. So this was my campaign, the NLS leads out, so Now Lifestyle leads outside pages. So I'm promoting the Now Lifestyle program through, for example, the page builder. Okay, it's a great tool that you can use and you can mesh them together and it's very powerful. And so if I want to share the automated emails I have, down here we have something called, it's a shared code. Now if you remember in the previous page it said it was private, but if I click this button, notice there's no campaign yet. When I click that button, now I have a campaign code. So I can copy this campaign code and I can copy it, and then what would happen is I could then take it. So right now I'm just going to edit this just to say that it is legitimate, that I'm turning it into there. So I'm going to save it on my end and show you the power of shared campaign codes. So I'm going to go back over to the original test account. There's none in here. So let's say you're brand new, you're on a team perhaps that maybe is going to share some of their emails, or you're going to do this for your team, because remember, you have that power. And so we're going to go in here. Now this is a shared campaign code, and we want to plug it in to where it is a shared campaign. Now on the previous page, if we go back, you can eventually determine, and depending on how it's set up, it can either be controlled so that they can basically modify or edit it, or it might not be. So there is that possible option as well, and that could be for another training. We're not going to get in depth with that now. But I want to show you how powerful this is. There's no campaigns here. I'm going to insert that shared code. So notice that there's two ways. It says you can get the shared campaign by code. The shared campaign is not independent. You cannot edit some options and follow-up messages. Now, if you're going to be on the same team, you typically want them to be able to modify and manipulate the follow-ups. because that allows them to put their own personalities into it. They can change the phone numbers, they can change some other codes in there. The second option, a little bit more easy, which allows them to do it. Again, the campaign is 100% editable and you can modify any data. So if we plug in that campaign code, I'm going to click campaign or get campaign, and it's going to automatically copy it. So notice it says successfully copied. And what we're going to do, I'm going to refresh, and I didn't even have to refresh it. Notice how the campaign automatically, again, I'm in the demo account, the campaign automatically was populated. Now the question is, are the emails there? So I just want to jump over quick and just to show you the power. The messages, so, and again, this was NLS outside leads. And so notice NLS outside leads is up at the top. It's my campaign. It's the only campaign I have in here. And all of a sudden, all those emails that I have created, I've instantly shared. And that's a very powerful thing that you can do with your team, or maybe some of your leaders can do with you. So I just want to show and again, share you the power of a shared campaign. Just if you're curious what that actually is, we'll get more in depth with that later on. So once again, when you first initially begin, this slate right here will be blank, but as you create more campaigns, so on the next video, we're going to actually add the campaign, and you're actually going to see that and how we actually do that for our own personal campaigns. So what I want you to do is keep watching and get ready for the next videos. Again, this has been Dave Gardner. Thank you for watching along with this training video. Hopefully you found some immense value. If you have any questions or comments, you can always join us and hit us up in the Facebook group or support tab up top. We really want to hear about your successes with these tools and how you're actually implementing them into your niche, because we want to help the family out. So as I always say, you get out of it what you put into it. And the big question that I always have for you is, with all these awesome tools that you have in the Now Lifestyle family, what will you create to make your legacy? And what will you create to help others so that you can make a difference in the world today?